But anyways, the objective today, guys, let me go ahead and I'll just read this to you. Consider a non-vertical line in the coordinate plane. If you move from any point on the line to any other point on the line, the ratio of the vertical change to the horizontal change is constant. So here's what they're saying. Let's say I had some little point here. We'll call it little p. And then we have another point here. We'll call it h. Okay? So obviously, they have an ending point at the top, right? And if I kind of draw a line through those, there's a specific ratio, which you guys call slope, right? We've called it slope many, many times. That rise, I'll get another color. That rise, run. And what they're saying here is if I pick any other point that would supposed to be on this line, like for example here, the ratio, once I simplify it, should be the same for all of them, regardless of where I'm at, aka slope. I do want to point something out. I'm not going to be saying a lot of rise, run. Everybody already knows that, right? Rise is y, run is x. What I'll be referring to as slope a lot is the change in y over the change in x. Because that's really what's happening. You're looking at changes from one x value to the other x value, and from one y value to the other. So make sure that you keep that in mind. It makes the idea much more easier when we're trying to figure out slope, and you're giving two coordinates. And I'll tell you, and I'll show you what that looks like exactly in a bit. Okay? So questions on what our objective is? We're talking about linear functions and slope. Okay? This is what we spent one whole year, freshman year, studying. We're going to do it in about 10-15 minutes. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, cool. So, here's your formulas for those. We've already talked about it. We're talking about y sub 2 minus y sub 1 change. Change means subtraction. That's why it's called the change in y. And we're dividing by that x sub 2 minus x sub 1, the change in x. One important thing is the denominator. I'll point that out over here. The denominator can't be a specific number. What number is that? 0. Why?
0. You can divide with 2.
What does that make the entire fraction?
0.
Not 0.
1.
Not 1. It makes it undefined. Okay? And if you have time to geek out a little bit, go look for y divided by 0 is undefined. And it's because there are not just one solution to that, there are many, many solutions. And of course in math we all like to be consistent, right? So we can't just say this one because there's an argument for many, many other of the other possibilities. Therefore we just say it's undefined, we haven't made a decision yet. And yeah, that decisions are made by mathematicians that are at the very, very top. So we call that undefined because you can get more than one solution to that. So you guys have already seen this. There's no need to spend any time on that. Let's talk about the angle of a line. Okay? Remember I said we read these from left to right. So as I go from here, my arrow is pointing upward, isn't it? That is a positive slope. If I start over on the left side and I follow that line, it's moving downward. Therefore, that is a negative slope. This one does have 0 slope. And let's talk about why. Remember we talked about changing y or changing x, correct? So, is there any change going up and down? No. There isn't any. But across, I can move 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, how many steps I want. Okay, I'll pick 5. Yes, I can have 0 of 5. That is definitely 0. If you have 0 of my 5 candies, you have none. Hence, 0 slope. And that's called horizontal line. So,
Could you repeat that? I didn't.
if you have 0 of my 5 candies, how much candy of my candy do you have? You have none of it. Therefore 0. That's why it's called 0 slope. But here's what we're talking about. This was a change in y, change in x. Is that what you want me to repeat?
0 of my candy? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I don't have candy as an example, okay? But if you have 0 candy, how much candy do you have? You have 0 candy. If there's a box of 5 candy that I'm holding and you have none of that, how much candy do you have? None. You have none. Now here's the other one, which we call undefined slope. That's kind of like the other idea, but in reverse, right? I can move up and down if I wanted to, couldn't I? I can move up 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, or whatever. We'll call that 5. But can I move across on x? Is there a change in x? No. There isn't one. Therefore, 5 over 0, that means 0 is in the denominator, aka again, undefined. Okay, so there's your reasons for those. But I think you guys already knew those, correct? No? And if you don't, now you do, and it's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it 5 times. Woo! Next slide. Slope-intercept form. Please put that in your notes and your memory banks. This form is not y equals mx plus b form. It is called slope-intercept form. It's called that for 2 reasons. There are 2 very critical pieces of information given to us here that are not the variables. Go ahead.
The B and the M.
The B and the M. The M, my friends, is the change in y over the change in x, aka slope. And B is the y-intercept. I'll call it y-inter, okay? Now, of course, there's a couple formulas for those, but here's what's really nice to know. And like I said, the formula here was y sub 2 minus y sub 1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1, correct? So all we're looking for is how y is changing, how is x changing. Super simple, correct? And over in the y-intercept, what the beauty of that is that that corresponds to a specific coordinate. Whenever I have the point, we'll call it 0, comma b, guess why I picked b?
The B is right.
It's right there. If they ask you for the y-intercept, you should say, oh, it's 0, comma, whatever number is in that position. Okay? So if this was a 2, then the y-intercept is at 0, comma, 2. There's always a y-intercept when the x value is 0 and you've got a y value. Okay? Do you understand what I just said? That is very, very important to know. Because that's all you need. 2 pieces of information. Questions from anybody? Can I move on? Swing batter. I love the formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. It's fantastic, but it takes too long sometimes. I understand that the change in y or the change in x is all I need, correct? So I do this. This is a y. What is 7 minus 4?
3.
There it is. That's my change in y. If I go from -3 and I take away a -2, be careful, guys. Okay? If you don't see it, then you do want to do the formula. And this is how I do it. Bop, bop, bop. Okay? It's going to look like this. 4 spaces. I've got 7, 4, -3, -2. What happens when you've got 2 negatives like that? Yeah, be careful. So this is going to give me a 3, and that's going to give me the -1. I can see it doing delta y, delta x, because I've been doing it for many, many years. If you can't see it yet, don't test yourself on a test, you know. Try to do it on paper this way. Now, I always get that one person that says, Mr. Munoz, you went the wrong way. You went the wrong way. Did I? Okay, let's take a look here. How many people go this way? Well, let's take a look. Oops. Parentheses minus parentheses over parentheses minus parentheses. I've got 4 minus 7, -2, minus 3. 4 minus 7, that is a -3. -2 plus 3 is a 1. Same slope.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still -3 and it's -3. So the point is, it doesn't matter which way you go. Some teachers are very adamant about saying, well, the second one is 2 and you got to go the other way type thing. But no, what are we looking for here? The change in y, change in x. And it has to be consistent regardless, right? That's what the formula or the definition said at the beginning. It has to be consistent between any 2 points. So if it doesn't work both ways, then there's something wrong there. Questions on that? Thumbs up. I'm going kind of fast because I'm getting excited. So, yeah, and I'm trying to keep calm. So I'll start going a mile a minute. When I stop making sense, guys, please slow me down. Because I will go like, I'll start talking like the Micro Machines guy. You guys old enough to remember the Micro Machine guy? A mile. Go look for him on YouTube. Micro Machine, fastest soccer. Woo. Can I change the slide? Awesome. Look at this. 1 minus 1. 0. Now, I do want to check the other part. Negative 4 minus 3, that's a negative 7. Oh, that's horrible 7. That's going to make it 0. Why do I want to check the other part? I want to make sure the denominator is not equal to 0. Okay? So in this case, I've got 0 slope. Boom, I'm done. You got a question? No? Okay. Questions on this problem? Or are we good to go? What's up?
How is it negative 7?
How is it negative 7? Okay, because I've got a negative 4, right? I'm looking at the denominator. Negative 4 minus a 3. Negative, that's a negative, so it's going to give me a negative 7. Okay? Yeah, and if the top is fine and you could do that one in your head, do the change. But if you can't do it the bottom one, the y's, and you need to write it out, that's okay. You want to get used to make some good habits there. But I'm also showing you that these ideas are not that difficult. Okay? Math don't like hard, remember that? I think that we internalize them and we make them hard. And they're not supposed to be. Okay? Look at this. If I go 1 minus a negative 3, that's a 4, isn't it? And 7 minus 7? What's my slope? Undefined. So what would the graph look like? Maybe a vertical line like this. Whoa! Any idea where?
Positive.
What is the value of x always going to be? What is the value of x always going to be?
0. Oh, it's going to be straight down the middle.
Where at?
At like the origin.
Where at?
0. 7.
7. Right? Think about this. If I'm going to graph those 2 points, I've got to go 7. That's 7 right there, guys. And then 7, 1 is here. 7, negative 3 is here. So you can already see, oh, it has to do that. Okay? Questions on that? Cool. Moving on. Let's go back the other way. How about this graph? How about this graph? Vertical line or horizontal line? Horizontal. Where at? Where? At 1. Because y is always the same. See that? So you're going to go over to the y. You're going to find 1. And the line should go like this. Bop. And if you want to graph those 2 points to see where it's at, that's okay too.
Razo likes hard.
No, me no like you hard.
Razo
That's good for him.
does.
I know. Julia's starting to hate him. And she's never had him. Let's move on. Oh, sorry. Nah, whatever. Oh, I know what I can do.
Oh my god.
Boom. Okay.
Boy doesn't know what this is.
Here, you do this one. 10 seconds, go. What is the slope that passes through the point 5, 4 and 8, 1? Simplify it. Are you asking me or are you telling me? Because I asked the question first.
No, I simplified it. Now that's a different way.
Well, that says positive. So easy. Simplify that. Why did it say that? Well, we cut back through that.
I already asked her. She said yeah.
Okay, so 5, 4 and 8, 1. Now how you do this is up to you. If you want to do the formula because you have to, that's fine. It's still just, we're just still trying to find it. So I'm going to go parentheses minus parentheses, parentheses minus parentheses. Let's start with the x, changing y. Here's a y, there's a y. 4, 1. Here's the x, here's the other x. 5, 8. So we've got 3 and -3. That simplifies to -1 tanamera. And we're done. There's your slope. Questions here? All right. Ready to keep going? Okay. Oh! So we just found slope. Thank you. We just found slope. Now they want us to write the equation. I love doing the equation because all we got to do, all we need is two numbers. We need m and we need b. We need m and we need b. Look, they gave me m. Y equals 1/5 x plus.
-3.
Didn't I say 0, comma anything is the y-intercept? Bam. Y is 1/5 x minus 3. There you go. Let's go. Next one. All you need is x. Or sorry, not x. You need m and you need b. Plug them in. You're good to go. Questions on this one? That was kind of fast. Do I need to do it again?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Do you recognize that here b is -3?
Yeah.
Right? Y equals mx plus b. There's m, there's b. Y is 1/5 x minus 3. Math. Anything else? There'll be more. Is everyone clear on this one? So, good. It's not. Math don't like art. Ah, but Mr. Munoz, that's a graph. Don't matter. It's the same thing. Check it out. What I need are 2 points that cross right on the, what do you call them? The crosshairs or something?
Yeah.
You guys got a better name than that? Like, for example, right here. Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
I need one more. So I'm just kind of sliding down. There's another one right there. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
1/1.
Y equals mx plus b. That's b right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is b?
4.
B is 4. And then for slope, I need change in y or change in x. What's my y change? To get from here to there. I go down 1, 2, 3. And over 1. So there it is. There's m. There's m, there's b. Y is 3x plus 4. Go to the next one. Nice enough? Thank you for catching that. We went down 3 units. I didn't hear you, but I heard him. Thank you too, Devin. Good looking out. Good looking out. Question? Ben?
Couldn't you have gone the other way too?
Yeah, you could have. Fantastic point. He says, hey, we got those 2 points. Here's a point. Here's a point, right?
Yeah.
I go back 1. That's a change in x, right? And then I have to go up 3. That's a change in y. Well, it's still a -3. You still get the same thing. And my y-intercept is still there. Questions here? No? Thank you for closing your laptops. I've got a formula now that's in standard form. I need it to be in slope-intercept form. Well, I know that slope-intercept form says y equals mx plus b. So I have to solve it for y. Well, at this point, this is just some algebra. What needs to be on that side? The 5x or the 4y?
Why?
This. So I'm just going to throw it over. Negative 4y is equal to negative 5x plus 16. That's a simple little rule. It's called change side, change sign. If that term was positive on one side of the equation and you move it to the other, you just change the sign. So it was positive 5x on the left side. When I moved it, it became a negative 5x. Change side, change sign. For those of you that can't see it, you can still go, well, minus 5x, minus 5x. This becomes 0. And there's my 5x again on the left side, or the right side, sorry. I have one more thing to do. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Here I got 1, so there's y. Negative over negative makes a positive. So that is 5/4 x. And finally, negative 4. And there you go. There you go. Slope-intercept form of that same equation. Okay? We're done. Okay? What? It's always that easy. Practice. Okay, seriously, practice. Stop reminding me of everybody again.
Yeah, but if you know about it, it's scary.
No, it's worse. Because I'm anticipating and the anticipation builds. So I'm trying not to think about it.
It might
Why
happen
you going
any
fast?
moment.
You know what I mean? Like those scary movies where they're like, and you're like, that's exactly
Don't go
it.
that door. I told you not to go in that door.
What'd you go upstairs for? Any questions here?
Them one commercials, don't put in there.
No? Moving on? Going, gone. Next one.
If they listen to
Oh no, Mr. Munoz. I need to put that in slope-intercept form. Watch me do this one, then I'll let you copy. Just watch me do it, and then I'll let you copy it. Okay? I know this got to go. 1/2 y is equal to 3/4 x minus 1. There's the first step. I need the y to have a 1 in front of it. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Here, here, and there. Because that's 1. Then I'm going to have 6/4 x minus 2. All I need to do now is to simplify this fraction. Therefore, y is 3/2 x minus 2. And we're done. Go ahead and write it down.
Were you always good at math?
I didn't get it until I was in college. I always tell everybody, I was in the bathroom, pondering, and I was thinking about math because I had a hard math class, and it just kind of made sense, and everything just started making sense after that point. I know. You guys ever you're there on the throne and you're just pondering lives?
No, I got iPhone for that.
I don't bring my phone into the bathroom.
You just walk
Too many germs in there.
Doesn't that make sense?
What? You don't take a shower?
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, you think about life in the shower. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just this morning we're talking about showers. Right? We're being all silly. Well, Tristan was. He was pretty chill today. Oh, he's okay. Thank you for closing your laptops, writing this down. Looks like we're good. Let's move on. Write the equation 3x plus 2y equals 18 in slope-intercept form. Go! This one's you. Write in slope-intercept form, please. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Well, I do, so I don't sing that part.
Probably do wish you were a little bit taller.
I do. Like, I look at JT, I'm like, man, like, why you gotta be so tall? Let me get some of that height.
I know JT tall for no reason.
I'm gonna have to start wearing my cowboy boots again.
You're gonna have to
My
stop
wings.
Hey, go ask Oscar first to let him.
I'm afraid I would fall and break my ankle.
When did you get this?
He should fall in the game.
You know, I do miss him, though. Yeah, but the laps, too.
Oscar is too.
That's okay.
Even Steven didn't like it.
That's okay.
Oscar's gonna be on RuPaul.
Sounds like we're done. Let me pick somebody from the dojo. Oh, I think it's gonna be 3 more minutes. Okay, I'm not gonna call someone from the dojo. Looks like we have 2y is negative 3x plus 18, correct?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have y is negative 3 halves x plus 9. Good to go? Show of hands. Sweeting better. Moving on. I want to get to the graph. I want to get to the graphing. That's not a slope-intercept form. I need to fix that. That means that this got to go. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. Do not complicate your lives trying to get all fancy with it. Where do I start? Right here on the y-intercept. Then I need to follow what the slope says. Well, it's just a number. Make it a fraction. Go up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. You can do that forever. Put a line through them, and you're good to go. You see that again? Yeah, if you miss some, make the points bigger. But we get the idea. I'm sure that 2 or 3 of them are good, right? Questions on that?
Alright, so like it's negative 2x.
Check it out. It was negative 2x, so I moved it over.
That makes it positive.
That makes it positive. Y is 2x plus 1 now. That is all I need. Okay? Y-intercept, go to the y. That's where I start. I'm done with this. That's all I need from it. Slope, change a y, change an x. Got to have it. 1, 2 to the right 1. 1, 2 to the right 1. 1, 2 to the right 1. Over and over again. Put a line through it. Choo! A little bit better. There you go. Math. Anybody else got questions on that? Guys, if you're blinking, you're missing it. You got time to talk. How about this one? This got to go, doesn't it? Negative 4y, negative 5x, plus 16. That's first step. Divide by negative 4.
Yeah, that's the same one as last time.
It's exactly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, let's graph it. What's up? Where do I start? 0, comma, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I do at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as the points are good, we get it. We understand, right? The line is just cosmetic. Use your ID or something. He's gonna hate on my line. Move on. Something, I don't know. I feel like it's getting really close. It's supposed to be 9:50. It's already 9:51. Kick that over. We've got 1/2 y is 3/4 x minus 1. Correct? Please check my work. I want to get rid of that half. How? Times it by 2. Times 2, times 2, times 2. Why did I do it to everything? That was the golden rule, right? Y is 6/4 x minus 2. Okay. Oh, that's it. So we'll graph that one. Yes. What? Yeah, we can. Do we have to? Not necessarily, but it might not fit on our graph. So we'll be okay. Guys, that's the lesson today. If you have questions, please go back, look at the video. I'm here for tutoring. Come see me, please. Thank you very mucho.